This thin waterway controls global trade, representing 12% of all global commerce. Historically, its closure reshaped global shipping.
What if the Suez Canal closed forever? Here's the strange part. For the last 2 years, a huge share of world shipping has already been acting like it did. By the end of this video, you'll understand what actually happens when the world's most important shortcut disappears, because part of this has already played out in real time. In March 2021, the Ever Given blocked the Suez Canal. At 400 meters long, it held 20,000 containers, moving faster than normal, with no tugboat escort.
High winds and a sudden sandstorm took away what maneuvering room it had left.
It swung sideways, wedging itself across the entire channel. For 6 days, nothing could pass. More than 370 ships backed up on both ends. Lloyd's List estimated the cost at roughly $9 billion in trade held up every day, about $400 million an hour. One shipping company, Maersk, alone lost close to $89 million from those 6 days. And that was just 6 days of blockage. It took nearly 2 weeks to fully clear the backlog.
Here's what makes this more than a thought experiment. Since late 2023, a slower version of a Suez shutdown has actually been happening.
Houthi rebels in Yemen began attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea approach, targeting vessels with missiles and drones. In just a few months, they hit over 100 ships, sank 2, and killed sailors. Major shipping lines made the same decision almost simultaneously. Stop risking the Suez route entirely. They rerouted around the Cape of Good Hope instead. A 30 to 40-day trip became a 50-day one.
Suez Canal traffic dropped by around 50% in 2024.
Egypt's revenue from the Suez Canal, a major source of foreign currency, crashed from a record $10 billion in 2023 to under $4 billion in 2024.
In May 2025, the US and the Houthis reached a ceasefire. By late 2025, attacks had dropped sharply.
But shipping lines didn't rush back, because rebuilding trust in a security-sensitive shipping lane takes a lot longer than losing it.
To understand why a security threat thousands of miles from Europe can move global shipping prices, you need to understand what the canal actually replaces.
Without it, ships from Asia have to sail all the way around the southern tip of Africa, the exact route used before the canal existed.
The Suez Canal normally carries around 12% of all global trade by volume, and closer to 30% of global container shipping specifically. Oil and natural gas shipments are especially exposed, since the canal is one of the primary routes connecting Middle Eastern energy exports to European and Asian buyers. That's part of why canal disruptions tend to move energy prices, not just shipping rates. Every extra day at sea is a cost, and shipping lines pass a share of that cost forward into the price of the goods on the ship. The canal itself isn't some ancient waterway. It's a 19th century engineering project. From the start, it was treated as a strategic asset, not just a shortcut. Britain bought a controlling share just 6 years after it opened.
That strategic value came to a head in 1956, when Egypt nationalized the canal from British and French control, triggering a brief war over who would control it.
Egypt kept it, and has run it ever since, through the state-owned Suez Canal Authority. Ships move in daily convoys, one northbound and one southbound, with Egyptian pilots guiding every ship through. So what would permanent closure, not 6 days, not 2 years of partial avoidance, but forever, actually mean? It would mean a structural rerouting of global trade, shipping companies permanently redesigning their networks around the Cape route. Shipping companies have already started planning for a world where Suez isn't fully reliable, ordering larger, more fuel-efficient ships built for the longer Cape route. The 2021 blockage and the 2023 Houthi crisis were both temporary. A permanent closure would be the one scenario this system has never actually had to absorb. A 150-year-old shortcut, dug by hand, still decides shipping costs from Asia to Europe. For 2 years, without closing, we have lived the answer to what if it did. Which choke point should we break down next? The Strait of Hormuz or the Panama Canal?